It's time for the trackers.
Nigel, you want to hit us with the Curse Tracker?
Yeah, so this movie...
wonderful film.
For the most of the film, I thought it was just going to be a single use of ass, because right at the very beginning, he talks about he did a bare ass jump off of something and when he was a stunt driver or whatever. And I was like, this movie would make me watch the entire film and only have one swear right in the first line that he has in the movie. But not true. He says hell twice in it.
Like a go to hell type
some I think it's go to hell at one point. He says like, what the hell's happening, or what the hell does he want with the kid or whatever. And then there's one use of assholes with "Merry Christmas, you assholes." It's when he's transforming, or when he's losing the spirit, and that's it. So yeah,
that was a Nic Cage.
The other hell, I remember. Yeah, I think it was. They just told him to freak out on the floor and "Merry Christmas, you assholes." There's probably more too, and they cut it. But the other hell was one hell. I think was him saying, "What the hell does the devil want with him?" Something blah blah blah. And the other one was near the end when he says, "Hell yeah." Right at the very end. So again, make you watch to the very end of the movie to catch another curse right at the end. So that so that's a total of 4 for this movie, which is very low. It's a PG-13 movie, right? So
especially for a film made by the Crank guys.
Yeah, the Trust is the only one with. The Trust and National Treasure are the only two, and Bringing Out the Dead are the only ones that have, and Mandy. But
Willie's $1.
Yeah, those have 0. So of the ones that actually have curses, Mandy has 2, Pig has 2. No, I'm sorry, Bring Out the Dead has 2, Mandy has 0, Pig has 2, Gone in 60 Seconds has 4, Moonstruck has 4, and this has 4. The Trust had 3. So yeah, this is pretty light on the Cage cursing. I feel like he just didn't care enough to add the curses into it. Like, it's just...
I think they were trying to stick pretty hard with that PG-13 rating.
Yeah. So yeah, our total is now up to 561.
561. All right, on the runtime, 95 minutes. Mercifully, that puts it kind of low on the list. Thank God. If they would have added any more to this, Jesus. So 95 minutes. That sandwiches it between Grand Isle at 97 and Dying of the Light at 94. Nudity, there was none. I didn't see anything. Right.
No.
Countries. This was kind of ambiguous. They did 100% mention Turkey by name, but they said Eastern Europe. But because it was shot in Romania and obviously looked like Romania, I'm going to say Romania. So we're adding, that's a second instance of Romania. We already had it on there with Dying of the Light. But that puts us at 2 countries, no states. This is the first time we've ever filmed or done an entire movie that was not in the United States at all, and wasn't filmed in the United States at all either. Mm-hmm. So that's a first. Leave it to Ghost Rider. So that gives us 15 total states and 17 total countries. I'm not listing them anymore because it'll take forever. Budget versus gross, $57 to $75 million. Where did that $18 million go? I just want to know. Somebody just pocket that. Did they pay out some arms dealer over there to buy those guns?
Yeah.
Was it a discrepancy in the budget because they weren't supposed to tear down that entire fucking building structure that they ended up tearing down? So I just approximated it at 66 million. Split the difference. So made 132.6, so technically doubled the budget. So that brings our grand total to $787.6 million budget and a $1.634 billion gross. This is just sad, but in our top grossing films, this is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th highest grossing film that we have ever talked about.
Oh my God.
Think of the movies that we've done on this show.
How much did the first Ghost Rider do?
228.7.
Wow.
So this
that's
is
in the top 4.
right below. Yeah, Ghost Rider is number 4. Our other 3 are Gone in 60 Seconds, Face Off, and National Treasure. So, man. This movie made more than Raising Arizona by a lot. Unbearable Weight, not even close.
Yeah.
Bringing Out the Dead, not even close. Moonstruck, $10 million less. Lord of War, $50 million less than this movie. This is a pile of shit.
Got that Marvel stamp.
That's the audience. That's the audience for
Sony riding those Marvel coattails even back then.
Yeah. I could see it, especially with the track record of Marvel. And they probably, I didn't watch any of the trailers or anything of this ahead of this time. I'm sure I saw them back then, but I'm guessing that they were trying to make people think that this was related to the MCU somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rating PG-13, so that's now 7 PG-13 films that we've done. R is still tops with 13, and then 6 unrateds. So PG-13 is slowly edging out unrateds. So that leads us over to the biggest question I have for everything that we've done. I feel like this is the only good reason to have talked about this movie in the first place. Is how many kills were there total?
All right, so I did my best to track this, but as you guys know, it's a fucking shit show. Can't say S's today.
Having a stroke.
Apparently. Anyways, so I did my best to track it. God, that fucking final scene of him whipping the chain around was a bitch. But I would pause and count, and this probably is not accurate, but I counted this many fucking people in all those scenes. 84 total is what I got. And the majority of them came from that last scene. I want to say between the different rotational shots, I want to say it was 40 to 50 people in that. And it's just thankfully I could see the outlines enough, but it was just 3 or 4 people stacked deep. And which is the most, obviously, that we've had in any fucking film. So
I think that's the most that any of these movies is going to have.
We had 72 total through 28 films.
28, right?
Previous to this.
Yeah. So 84, which brings the grand total up to 156. And I can't imagine we're going to ever see that many again.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that would even come close.
No. I can't think of anything either. No. Unless there's some surprise film out there that we don't know about where he was just murking people left and right.
I don't know. There's a lot of those revenge movies.
Bangkok Dangerous.
That happened.
I remember if he kills a bunch of people in Stolen, because I've seen that one. But I don't think he does.
I don't think so.
That's more of he's a bank robber or a heist or something like that.
Yeah.
It's basically Taken, right?
No, they want you to think it is, but it's more like his daughter gets kidnapped and he has to go rob a bank to get her back.
Oh, okay.
So it's not his daughter gets kidnapped and then he kills a bunch of people to get her back. It's
so the first act is Taken from Taken.
Yeah, but it's because he's a famous bank robber, and so his criminal organization kidnaps his daughter to force him to go steal some money for him.
Okay.
As far as deaths go, 0. So we're still at 9. And resurrections, we're still at 2 because he's doesn't die, so he
never dies.
Yeah, he doesn't die
as Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, the franchise sure does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess
killed
that's
the
true.
franchise.
So 1 death of a franchise.
10 deaths total. Ghost Rider franchise.
Oh wait, and let me add one more.
That's how you end your rating
a kill?
at this point.
It's a kill and a death.